Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Well, I'm knackered. Good morning, by the way, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm shattered. It's like Teabag and a few others were asking how did mud viewing go, and I quite like the fact how this has suddenly turned into kind of like this surreal kind of part spiritual, part radio show all of a sudden. It's lovely. I love it. But I had high hopes, right? I was like, at least surely one of them will kind of resonate, and it would kind of like all that kind of stuff. And due to commitments, we left a bit late. And so by the time we got to the third or fourth, they were reasonably close by, but there was still travel between each one. It suddenly started getting dark, and obviously at this time of year, it's like, when is sunset? So you ask Siri or Google it or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's in about half an hour. There's no point going to the other ones then. We won't be able to see them. But it's like, none of them resonated. None of them kind of... like, for example, this is the worst one. Okay, and you knew... And unfortunately, it was the first one we went to. So it belittled the experience for the rest of the day a little bit, right? It kind of urinated on our parade a little bit. So we're driving along, as you do, or indoors, doing, at this particular point in the day, the rest of it was beautiful. At this particular point in the day, doing a rubbish job at looking at a map and giving directions. It was like, at this point, we were going round and round and round in circles. Okay. Definitely their fault. However, we finally get there and stuff like that, and this track and like going through this little village, and the village looked lovely, and I was like, wow, this is really nice. There's a pub there. There's no shop, but there's a pub, and it's like reasonably staggering distance, as we thought. And then it went further and further down this road, sea road, right? And it was getting thinner and thinner, this road. And then suddenly the passing areas, the lay-bys, passing points, started appearing. I hadn't seen them for ages, right? For yonks. So it's like, oh, this is really getting thin. Going over a bridge, that was nice. Going over the second bridge, that was lovely. Now the village is a complete, it's a speck on the horizon behind us. And it's like, I thought we were going to be a bit closer than this. And it was odd, right? And we knew from like Google satellite imaging that there was an industrial estate nearby. And Uri Dawes was, give them their due, asking a very important point as we were driving. If there's an industrial estate, if there's an industrial estate down here, we know it, we've seen it, right? We've seen it on the map. Lorries can't come down this track, surely. Made a good point, very good point. Where is this track going? Are we even on the right track at this point? So we finally get there. And the reason why we were going round and round and round and round in circles, it turns out there is actually technically two ways to get to the point where we wanted to get to. So we get there and we park up slightly dodgy in one of the passing bays because we hadn't seen any traffic or nothing. There was nothing there. It was a Sunday afternoon. We were like, look, we're just going to quickly squelch down here, have a quick look, and then we go again. If we hear anything, we'll move. Yeah, these were quite big passing bays. We're just parking a little bit of it. Our little hatchback thing, right? So we do this, squelch it. And at this point, I happen to look up and notice these big yellow signs which said court injunction on them. And I'm like, and these are huge. And I was like, what on earth is all this going on about? Stuff like that. And then her indoors just like pointed, is like, no, instantly, no. And there's the logo of Arla right there, slap bang on one of these. And it's a fortress. It's a they're bigger than. Okay, first off, they're wooden fences. They're not kind of the security fences, but they're taller than anything I've ever seen. They must have been like 18 feet tall, these wooden fences. Thick industrial wooden fence, the really thick kind of slat ones instead of kind of the decorative ones. And I'm like, what is this? This is not the industrial state we were promised, because it was an industrial state. It had all these points, like different industries and different businesses. And the plan was to go drive through it to see kind of, is it proper industrial, or is it more kind of commercial officey, if you get what I'm saying? Is there going to be noise and that kind of stuff? But it was fortress around this dairy of Arla, right? And directly opposite was this bit of land for sale. And Erindors was basically like, no, I'm not getting. And I'm like, I know, all right, I'm not getting it. And the worst part about it, and I don't know what it is, I really don't know what it is, but I've never smelt whatever that was. If it was just milk, why was it smelling the way it was smelling? It was a weird smell. And yeah, and that kind of poo-pooed the rest of the day, because the rest of the day we were going but the holding tanks, I couldn't even, because we had to walk further to get to the field, what we were looking at and stuff like that. The holding tanks must have been like 6-7 stories high, right? Like high, like huge. And there was 2 or 3 of them. And you could see them from the horizon, and it was like clear it was there and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, and it just ruined the rest. But we do have a backup. I think we found a backup plan. So we've got a safety net. Slightly. I'm not happy with it. To be honest with you, I don't really want to use the safety net. But we've got a safety. We visited an option. But if we don't do that, I'll be very, very happy. But at least So it was just disappointing. It was. I thought we were on a winner there. We were too far out. We're too this and that and the other. And the other ones were like, kind of a lot of work would need to. I know work is work. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it was like either too far out, like absurdly too far out. Even on the maps, it looked like it was quite close to things. Yeah, like a pub, a shop, getting milk, that kind of. Well, we could definitely get milk where that was. But it was like, just like amenities. Yeah, we don't mind taking the dog for a walk like we do now, like 10, 15, probably longer than that, 20-minute walk to the local like corner shop here. And, the dogs had a lovely walk there and back kind of thing. We can get, milk or a couple of eggs or whatever it may be if we've run out, sugar, whatever, yeah? And then you walk back and it's nice and easy, yeah? Kind of that village life kind of shenanigans, I was going to say. But somehow I stopped halfway through. But yeah. Yeah, just it's the response of yesterday. But thank you for asking. I very much appreciate it. And hopefully the saga will continue. But yeah, there's so much up in the air right now. It's just like, I get it. It's only been a week as of today since Erindors and their friends and colleagues were made redundant. So many questions are still up in the air. As I've mentioned previously, this humble abode is technically connected to that job. So that's no longer, and the whole company's shut down. So it's like, well, what do we do? It's not just the job. You see what I mean? So it's like, do we have until after Christmas? Can we take a breath for a bit? Can we, you know what I mean? It's many questions and we have no answers until I think Thursday. So who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? So let's get into this reading. A question that came in, but thank you for everybody asking updates, and I very much appreciate it. Teabag, just because of the name, is the one that I remember asking. Let's have a look at Troublemaker. Sorry, Lucy. Lucy, my beloved. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Basically, it's an essay, isn't it, of this lovely question here. So Lucy says, with 9 upvotes, says, "Hello, Gigi." Hello, Lucy. How are you? I'm indoors. Yeah. Still squeaky bum time. I don't like squeaky bum time. It's no. The nipple tassels, maybe, but I mean the squeaky. No, I don't like this. We thought we'd get 1 step forward, and it's like 1 step back. And yeah, but apart from that, we looked at mud. We got 1 step closer. In theory, we're starting to look for mud. For things, so it's pretty cool, pretty cool in that respect. We're doing well. We're going to do shopping this afternoon, but I mean, apart from that, you know, it always takes far too long. You're always looking at the deals, not even deals. It's isn't this shiny? Blokes know. Constant nesting. We don't need nesting. We don't need nesting. We need bacon for Saturday morning. We need milk. We need a few eggs. We need like basic stuff like that. Honey for the coffee. That kind of shenanigans. Important things. We don't need more scatter cushions. We don't come away from Habitat, and let's go into the shopping area, please, if you wouldn't mind, my sweet. Apart from that, I'm all right. So tired, but I'm all right. Could you do an update reading, please, on what will bring down this treacherous government? And when will this happen? Because despite all their shady underhand dealings and lies told to the UK people, they are still standing. I don't think they are. But they're taking space. We'll agree to disagree. They're taking space. They're taking space up in places they shouldn't be taking spaces up. We can agree with that. Or will it... There's more. There is more. Or will it take a people's revolt before things happen? Also... Oh, no. More? Lucy, darling, flip with it. Also, will the issue of migrants illegally crossing from that war-torn country called France ever be solved? I think that's a separate reading, my sweet pea. We'll do that separately, okay? But I do worry about the French, mainly because they're French, but the froggy Frenchy types. Always on strike. Even their police, well, ours is the same, but I mean, even their police are on strike from getting their feet wet. I mean, you can't make this up, can you? It's really, you gotta laugh. You've got... Thank you, Gigi, for keeping us all sane. It doesn't sound like it, love. It's it doesn't sound like it, but thank you very much indeed. So we'll do the first part, and we'll do another reading after this one. We'll do it for the village elites. Why not? Yeah, the beautiful people over there bribing me with some lovely shiny coin. Will over there on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already joined, come and join. You can choose how much you pay per month. And you get access to extra readings and stuff like that. So we'll do the Froggy Frenchy types as a separate reading for over there. And we'll do the first part here for everybody to enjoy. Oh, kumbaya, kumbaya. Walking people, kumbaya. Keep thinking Demented Zippy from Rainbow. Walking people, Breakfast Club. So let's have a look. Could we have an update, please, on what will bring down this treacherous government, as Lucy calls it, and when will this happen? Because despite all their shady, underhanded dealings and lies told to the British people, if you wouldn't mind, British, I quite like that. British. I'm so glad you can't see me. They are still standing for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. They always be appreciative. Right. But I think, to be honest with you, I think we're getting there. Lots of conversations about misconduct in public office is happening, I've seen. Definitely the kind of the window has moved, isn't it? I don't know what it's a technical term, I don't care. But it's like desperation. You can smell it in the air, can't you? I'm still proud that we were able to predict that we're what would happen over the weekend. I love when the magic trick works. Do you know what I mean? It's it's so cool. And then today, I can't remember her name. I really can't remember her name. Who cares? There's another one who has been convicted in her absence, I believe, of corruption. The former corruption minister for corruption has done corruption. Surely that's what they wanted. You only have a minister to do things. Surely that. I bet there won't be a by-election for her, even though she's it's done. It's a done deal. So, Empress. That's you and me. Normally surrounded by the fruits of our labour, our harvest, but this feels like collective evidence, collective data, information, that kind of... sensing more swords, which is truth, knowledge, information, data, clarity, evidence, that kind of thing. But we've got it. Yeah, we've all got it. We know it, right? King of Cups. I'm trying to attach that to somebody, but they're trying to, I wouldn't say poo-poo, but poo-poo, dilute the passion here of the Empress, you and me. Notice how far out they're trying to, diplomacy and balancing it out and chill and relax, and we're the Empress. Who the hell do you think you are? Either way. Yeah, mathematically, it's like whack-a-mole, right? It doesn't matter. Sit down, shut up, you're wasting our time. Sun card, happiest card in the deck. There we go. This first offence, the Sun card, and then the Magician, manifesting. So we're not that far off. We really are not that far off. This... Can I just say, right, as an example, that bald fella, no, it's not really bald, he's got that really kind of what do people call it? It was, what did Bill Bailey call it? You have a mullet and it's a skullet. It's like you've got half bald patch at the front, all bald, dome, and then it's like a little bit of hair at the back. Chief economist, blah, 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 flappity flap. The short one with the irritating voice. I know it's coming from me, but it's like they're all got that nasally kind of... Who knew there were so many traits in Labour? Who knew? They're all they're all congested, and they've all got like Lego hair. Who you can spot them from a mile. Beth Rigby allegedly on Labour. Go round point Labour. Oh dear. Anyway, you've got to laugh. Anyway, the point is, it feels like Sunday. Reeves going on Sky and BBC. What's his face? The chief. What's it like? He going around all the other channels that she didn't want to go to because, I don't know, she was getting her nails done or something. It was like below her, whatever. But this is kind of trying to balance it out. But we know, slap down, whack-a-mole, doesn't matter. The fact that, and this is what bringing it round, the fact that, and I even tweeted this out, follow down below, there's a link. You can follow my amazing insights over there. The fact that when asked, it's not the did you lie, blah, blah, blah. It's the will you have an investigation? Will you support an investigation? Now, innocent people from my own experiences, innocent people go, sure, why not? Go for it. Nothing to see. You're wasting your time. Go for it. Yeah? That's what innocent people do. From my own experience, right? My crap don't stink in this particular situation. You can waste your time. Yeah? Go for it. Go swivel. Go have fun. Yeah? That's what, from my experience, innocent people do. Not innocent people, whacking people, block, delay, manipulate, in any way, shape or form, try and shut down any form of sunlight being illuminated into the situation. Yeah? That's what, in my opinion, in my experiences, life experiences, guilty people do. Yeah? So it's very much a situation where it's a done deal at this point. Man, the Magician and the Empress are pretty much the same thing. Sun card feels more like floodlight, like illuminating the situation even more. King of Cups was the desperation. And, yeah, there's, you can't balance it out. Just sit down and shut up. Ace of Wands, the light bulb moment, the aha moment. It's like, the more they flap their faces, the worse the situation is getting. Because we're getting more illumination. We're getting more insight. We're getting more. Universe, one of the 4 extra cards in this deck. Love the fact that it's slap bang in the center here. Infinite growth, infinite possibilities, infinite. We are not limited by what these numpties keep saying that we are. Yeah? There was a wonderful quote. I'm trying to remember who it said it recently. It's not like a profound quote from like centuries past. It was a lovely quote that I heard. Maybe Stephen Barrett. I think he said something along the lines of the reason laws work so well. It is a tool to get things done. It is not a tool to block things. He said it more profoundly and a more kind of, insightful, and there was more to it. But that's basically the gist I got from it. It's like, I never thought of it like that. The law is a tool to get things done. It's not there to block things, slap things down, prevent people from doing things, etc. Interesting. I thought that was fascinating, but because I'd never heard of it like that before. Anyway, so that's what the infinite growth here. The fact that we're talking about misconduct in public office, the fact that this is there is another lorry trying to go up the hill. I'm going to stay with you, but I'm being I'm going to keep my corner of my eye on this. No, they've got up there. He's done it before. Oh, boo. Ruin the game. Boo. It's even got the name Hill in the Hill Road, and the amount of trucks and stuff, big stuff, go up the hill, get about halfway up, and then you can instantly tell the point where it's like, oh crap, we're not going to make it, and then it's like mayhem and confusion and like tomfoolery and all that kind of stuff happens. It's very entertaining in the middle of nowhere. It's very, but no, they've driven it before. Why I oughta. So, infinite growth, that's what we've got here, okay? Infinite growth, infinite possibilities, kind of decreeing what we want. Very similar to the Hawk Lady, 9 of Pentacles that we've been having recently. that plan, that Garden of Eden we want to build. This is kind of almost like the starter pistol. Here we go. Yeah. 7 of Swords, calling out the BS, calling out the deception, manipulation. This is the misconduct in public office kind of stuff, as well as possibly manipulating the markets. We heard, did we not? We heard that people were making choices, long-term choices of like moving abroad. Some people even drew down all their pension to kind of move it and stuff like that. Whatever it may be. We heard it in the news. People were talking about it. Even in day-to-day society, I know that like people were making choices based on all this beer, and it was all lies. Lies. And you can tell that like the fact that the pleb like James O'Brien, I hate him. I don't hate many people, but he's such a slimy person. Very recently, like today, I saw like a short TikTok thing, right? I don't particularly like them, but it was shared to me. And it's like, well, what we gleaned from this? You know, you're saying that it wasn't as bad. You know, she didn't. The reason why she lied is that she did a meeting and like implied that she didn't put up the income tax by 2p. So she didn't do it. You know, what's your argument? Because she didn't do it. It's like, that's not the point. Are you such a spanner that you can't like? It's very bizarre how he's got a career, because he's there's nothing there. There is nothing there. All he does is spiel like a militant version of whatever Labour is saying, isn't it? That's all he does. There's no thought to it, and he just shouts down everybody who tries to like have a civilized conversation. Excuse me. It's not even entertaining. It's just anyway. No skill, no talent is what I would say there. But what would I know? So calling this out, this is really good. I hope that like justice is down here somewhere, but it's a snapshot of now, remember, yeah? 8 of Wands, quick movement. These are the letters, it feels like. The ponging across to the FCA, the federal, not the federal, the financial people, they're like different... this feels like different investigations, calling for different investigations to happen. Strength, trying to control the situation. Isn't that always the way? And caught up, hangman. They're still caught up. They can't control it. Worry. Isn't there worry? Yes, there is. 5 of Pentacles. And we've got the 5 of Swords as well. Ah, lovely. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad. They're not having a good time. I'm glad. Getting lovely karma. Beautiful. Inward fighting, outward fighting, all over the place. Sorry, I need a slurp of coffee. There's something tickling in the back of my throat. So quickly, cheers, my dears. I know it's early, but I just find it fascinating that in times like this, and please take notes, okay, not about this, right, but take notes about who is saying what about when. The people, who they represent. I think that's going to be very important. It's like tying themselves into knots here. It's that sort of energy I'm getting. It's like showing their true colours, if you get me. But, you know, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? Phenomenal that they've done it again. That's the bit I don't get. Is it because they got away with it the first year, even though the OBR and others all said last year, where's this 22 billion black hole come from? Yeah, the Conservatives said it as well. It's like, where's this come from? Like, But the OBR were like, we don't recognise that. Should have been a red flag. But we were like, well, it must be true. They wouldn't say something if you just, and then they did it exactly the same again this year, and they thought the same thing was going to happen. It's like, read the room, honestly. Personally, I'm so glad they're getting everything they deserve, in my humble opinion. But I may be wrong. Comment down below. Right, so let's get to the prediction deck here. So this is the gossip, what's happening behind the scenes, what's going on, the movements, the actions, that kind of thing. And then we'll have an outcome at the end. If you haven't already, please subscribe, ding-a-ling that bell and all that jazz. Click the like button, and if you have the option, hype as well. That genuinely helps out the channel so much. It bribes the algorithm. It feeds it. It gives us momentum and things. And comment down below if you're reading along about where, who particular people may be, or, particular situations that I may have not seen while I was out and about staring at mud and grass and things. That kind of stuff. I'm truly grateful. And remember, if you are going to do that, please I'm glad and thank you for everybody who has already done this. Just mention which level it is. This is the foundation, then we're going to have gossip and then outcome. So, and name the card that you're particularly talking about, just so that I can read along, as it were. It's just, there's a lot of cards, a lot of expensive pieces of cardboard involved, and it just narrows it down for me. I very much appreciate it, and thank you everyone who started doing that. You're epic and beautiful. I would snog you with tongues, but quite frankly, indoors would get slightly jealous. I'm just not completely, but slightly, Oh, excuse me. I was out in the wind yesterday. It's just anyway. Let's do this. Empress uprising. Well, there you go. There you go. I know that we did a reading, the aftermath of Rachel Reeves' budget for the elite side, which is where I can kind of say things that because it's behind a paywall, we can say things a bit more explicitly than like publicly, if you get what I'm saying, because of laws and silliness. Freedom of speech until they don't like it. So this uprising here feels diluted compared to what we were talking about there. I'm kind of hopeful this is where it stays, because I really hope I was wrong in that reading. King of Cups. Solution to the problem. They caused the problem, they got a solution to it. Oh, isn't that clever? Oh, they're clever beans. Sun card. There we go. Leaves office. How many times has this come up? Last week? How many times? 4 times? 5 times? Between that and returns to normal, just constant bombarding, wasn't it? So the solution doesn't work, basically, and they're starting chipping away. Magician. For the greater good. Exactly. This is where we want to be. This is the 9 of Pentacles kind of energy that I was talking about here. Yeah, the map. Where do we want to be? What society do we want to have? Remember, they have trillions of pounds a year. Per year. So if they can't afford what they do with that, then maybe they just need to cut back on something. You know what I'm saying? Just remember that. Ace of Wands. Winds of change. Oh, okay, this has turned. The volume of the rebellion card has gone up a little bit. All of a sudden, there's 4 winds of changes. This is quite a severe. Not maximum, but there's not damage done, as it were, but this is severe, right? Universe. Positive outcome. Excellent. So it's all working out. Brilliant. 7 of Swords. Mosquito. Just irritants. We need to name and shame them. We need to put them through the court system. Yeah? That's what, basically, like, enough's enough. At every level. Councils, assemblies, parliaments, blah, blah, blah. Every level, police officers, all of them, misconduct. You know, if they, like, yeah, that's what needs to happen. To hold the rest of them accountable. If there's no accountability, they'll just do whatever they want, and we're seeing it. So it's like, that's it. 8 of Wands. Truthful information pinging back and forward. So this is basically, like I said, this was like letters to the FCA, letters to other places and people, and independent like bodies, which I don't trust personally. Because remember, there's 2 buzzwords. I think I said this on the elite side, so I'll say it in the public. There's 2 main words at the moment that really need to be kind of red flags. Every time you hear it, it's like ding, 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 ding. Firstly, progressive. All right? If anything's progressive, they want more control, more lockdowns. What's happening right now is a good thing. They want it. They want more of it. They want more control and manipulation. And they want basically the 15-minute cities and all that kind of stuff. That's all the WEF. That's the Fabian Society. They want more and more and more and more and more. No freedom of thought or speech or anything. They want more of it. You lock down, they're happy and jolly. Yeah? So that's progressive. Oh, and you've heard it all weekend. Well, Sunday. This is a progressive budget. This is a progressive way of doing things. This is a progressive idea. This is a progressive. I've been progressive. Rachel Reeves specifically. I've been progressive in this thing. Blah, blah, blah. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah? Simple as that. Ding, ding, ding. The other one is independent. Independent. Oh, they're independent. This independent, that independent, independent. This independent means has not got accountability. There's no accountability to you and me as the voter. There's allegedly no accountability to any form of, but we've seen it with the judicial system. It's just allegedly independent, but do you see what I'm saying? They go away with anything. They don't, if they don't want to step down, they don't have to step down, as we've seen, or, you know, anything. Right? They're completely independent, blah, 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 blah. And don't they know it? Until they want something. The government wants something, and then they just step in line, don't they? So, progressive, ding, ding, ding. Independent, no accountability, no consent directly from the voter. The voter has no control over them in any way, shape, or form. They are a protected pool of people. Ofcom, Ofgem, Environment Agency, DEFRA, the FCA, or like police, goes on and on. They're all independent, working people, independent working people, progressive, independent working people. Ding, 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 ding. All right. So I'm very hopeful here, especially with this here. Because this what I'm getting from mosquitoes, these irritants, these sodding little, holy, like supposedly holier than thou, getting away with murder, basically, in their own which ways. Their mates cover it up, don't care. We're independent, blah 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 blah. Getting their comeuppance, getting their like, and the fact that it's all truthful information over here, being sent repeatedly, constantly. All for money, innit just? And military plane. Oh, it escalates even further. Oh, crap. I don't want this to get as bad as the protests and stuff. Overarching energy, security camera, evidence. There is evidence of this. What I'm getting here is very much they're trying to negotiate a way of keeping the train going, keeping the party enjoying it all for money, yeah, while at the same time showing accountability. That's the big, what I'm getting here with military plane. Lies and deception. Exactly. Underlying energy. So they're marking their own homework. Yeah. As we know. So I love the fact how this is continuing, because it's not just, remember, the Treasury, higher echelons of Treasury, higher echelons of number 10, they all knew about this. They all signed off about this. They all built this narrative. It's not just Reeves. It's not just Starmer. It's like the Darren, what's his face, Jones, possibly, on the number 10 side. He was brought in summertime, wasn't he? It's the all the flunkies who were pictured with her holding the red briefcase coming out number 11 on Wednesday. All of those, the 8 people there, they're involved. You see what I'm saying? It's not just the figureheads. It's and this is going back to that clearing out that we've been preaching about, and it's now tippy toes, almost ready, gonna happen. But this military plane is, I'm getting kind of warring factions within the civil service more than, but I also was getting this escalation down here. Yeah? So we're still speaking truth. We're still this, that, and the other, but you're still not listening. You're trying to protect your mates. You're trying to, keep the gravy train going. You're still trying to, that kind of thing. But this is nice. This is feeling good. It's like the civil servants. They're all independent. Oh, great. On paper, that sounds great. But they're not accountable to the voter. They're not accountable to the government. They're just their own shenanigans, their own thing. So it's like, if they don't like a policy, they don't have to do it, as we've seen before. Yeah? There's no accountability. They get paid a phenomenal amount of money. There's so many more of them since pre-COVID that it's unreal. And they want more of them. So it's like, Anyway. Let's see the outcome of this. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I'm feeling good about this reading, though. The fact that we've got the sun card slap bang in the middle, that is phenomenal. So... Emperor. I love the fact how you and me, have gone from the Empress to the Emperor. We've leveled up. We're basically the power couple. Not only are we realizing we're the authority, not them. And this is what we were talking about down here, trying to keep the control, trying to keep the money, trying to keep the ways of things of happening. The more they dither and dather, the more they try and justify their own existences and all that kind of stuff, the more empowered we become. Realizing this hoity-toity class has just been milking us dry for this long. Do you see what I mean? And it's the numbers that matter here. It's not just the fringe groups. It's not just that. It's everyone's like waking up to it. Victory, success. Lovers, now we've got to make a choice. Happy home. Wow. Celebrations, 11/11 card. Make a wish. So, on the greater good as well, this is phenomenal. This is you and me, baby. It's sorting itself out. The Lovers card, we've got to make a choice here. Do we want, what's the best ways forward for our happy home, where we're heading? So, winds of change, coupling up with people. I'm loving this because it's kind of, it's not to the extreme that I was dreading. There's an uprising. Yes, but it's not to the extreme that we were talking about. It gets to about a 9 instead of an 11, if you get me. It's like 8, 9, like yelling, screaming, but it's not like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, everything cray-cray. Sun card. A new offer. Interesting. Yeah? This may be some form of coalition. The Two of Cups here feels like between a party and the electorate. Okay? Especially with the victory there. But the Ace of Cups could be like for almost similar, but actually done correctly, similar to the coalition years. The government are like sorting it out completely. Page of Swords. They're on mosquito watch, yeah? Remember, these sneaky buggers are trying to get in here. They're looking over here. They're trying to poison the milk, as it were. But I'm liking this too here because the reason why I'm liking the cups here is because it resonates. It's speaking the same language, same ideals, same possibilities, same ways forward, that kind of thing. Quite literally reflecting each other with the Two of Cups here. This feels like it could be Lib Dems. It just feels left. I know it's on the right, but it feels like the left in general trying to hold on to what Blairites have been doing over the last, including the Conservatives under Cameron, right? And all the others. So to keep the gravy train going, because it's all about the money. It's all about the 400 odd plus quangos. It's all about the different independent. They're all independent, don't you know? All independent. We've given them all the government powers and there's no oversight over them. They're independent. Truthful. Wow. Notice that they're kind of annoyances. Like I said, mosquitoes. Knight of Swords, truthful information galloping in here. Truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity, outsmarting like volume, outspeaking this irritants over here. Wish coming true. Wow. Manifestation. And then we've got to make a choice again. So this here, notice all these cups here. So the downfall has happened. This feels as if Labour and others, but primarily Labour trying to keep their jobs. Right? Oh, we don't need a general election. We don't need this, that, and the other. We've seen the wrongs of our ways, and we're going to replace with West Streeting or Rayner or whatever. Did you hear recently that over the weekend that Rayner's in seems to be up another creek without a paddle concerning taxes and stuff like that, and not paying council tax, or is paying council tax? What the whole how many houses do you have and which one's what and all that is biting her in the bottom again. So it's not only just the stamp duty, it's also other taxes that she seems to think that she doesn't need to pay. So we've got the Eight of Wands. Once again, more communication, quickly coming in, that kind of stuff. So we've got a choice here on... Well, it's not necessarily these two, because I feel like they're all working together. This side, hello, these two lines here seem to be working together. Okay, how it should be. And I think part of this, and this is why I keep going on about the independents, is that they all want to keep their jobs. So if they all do what they're actually have supposed to been doing for the last 10, 15, 20 years, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's had to come to this level before they actually do any sort of action, which means, like, what have you been doing for the rest of the time? Those sorts of questions. Yeah? So this is the general election. Happy homes, actually listening to what we want. Yeah? Page of Pentacles. This is the bribery crap that we keep getting. Yeah. Oh, we've Working people, we've stopped the, we've frozen the prices of rail tickets. Working people. Trinkets, bribery, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Throw away, that'll do. Shiny, shiny, to distract from all this crazy. So, very much, it's definitely here. We're leveling up. It's not as extreme as I was worried about, which is brilliant. I'm so glad. The Knight of Swords, though, we've got to listen. This feels like an extreme report, quite a few extreme reports. And we're going to, the media are going to distract with all the numpties on the left. Delusional kind of, because they're all progressives. They all want the same thing. There is no choice between them. Yeah? So, yeah, it's this education that needs to happen here. And I think that it's coming. This wish coming true, this Nine of Cups, this kind of like manifesting, this kind of, this feels good. This feels really good. This feels like you and me getting what we want. But they want to keep the gravy train going. So it's like we need to, as a collective, as a village, as a country, what do they want? And it's going back to writing down the names and who's saying what and when and times and all that. There's going to be like Ed Davey. Still hasn't sorted out the he was in charge of the post office and he still hasn't helped, supported anyone in that Horizon scandal. Yeah? As an example. Why isn't he trying to fix the thing he didn't see? Do you see what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Yeah? Each of them have their own little scandal that needs to be exposed and the reasons why they're doing it. To try and keep poisoning the water, poisoning the cups is what I'm getting here. That's why they're looking at this. How dare you have, bedfellows? How dare you all come together under an ideal that's not ours? Isn't it interesting that all these, as an example, still believe that everyone should go back into the EU? Starmer is even doing it, just through the back door. Yeah? The Lib Dems want to rejoin the EU, full stop. Who cares what the Greens think? They're crazy. But I mean, do you see what I'm saying? It's like they're still trying to poison the water, poison the milk, trying to poison to get their kind of progressive ways. Marriage, I love the fact that's on the Two of Cups. This is very much a commitment. I'm sensing, especially with reform here, and I think this is the Conservatives, right, to be honest with you, but not all of them. For some reason, it doesn't feel like all of the Conservatives, but enough to expertise. And I don't think they're jumping ship. It feels like a partnership, but without the progressives. It's a weird thing, the Ace of Cups. But this commitment, it doesn't feel like the contract that it was last year. It almost feels as if it's a step-by-step guide, like phases. First thing, we're going to do this. Second thing, we're going to do phase 2, this, so on and so forth. And we're not going to move to the next phase until everything's done. It feels like it's one of those sorts of documents. Don't know what you would call it, but, instead of kind of whimsical things, blah, blah, blah. It's almost, it's like a business plan. It's like, poof, business plan. There we go. Bullet points. This is what, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, that kind of thing. Mature man. This feels like the expertise of the Conservatives. but not the progressives. It's very much a true conservative. It's a weird kind of thing here. Main female. Overarching. Great fortune. Yes. And main male. Lots of chefs in the... So this is like the conservatives bringing their expertise, but not the ones that are... Because obviously they're all broad churches, aren't they? So, manipulating the voting, basically. It's how I see it. How can you have ideals if you're such a broad church? Is the first question, isn't it? So this feels like certain types coming across. But like I said, it's like a weird coalition. The main female here, I just feel like it's not male or female, it's just their energies. So it's like the female here is, we've got to think of the children. Think of the children. Like safe, Online Safety Act. Think of the children. Basically stealing money from everybody to pay welfare, more welfare for children. Like, think of the children. Think of it's never the children, is it? It's never the children, but this is what I'm on about, the manipulation of reality. And the main male here, it feels as if it's not Farage and it's not anyone. It doesn't feel like anyone in the UK, and I've been tapping into this. This feels almost like the fella from Argentina with the weird hair and the chainsaw. It just feels like that sort of energy of, this is like, we know it works. We're going to implement exactly the same as Trumpy Trump, exactly the same as the one with the crazy hair and the chainsaw. That sort of thing for, growth, true growth. It's that sort of energy. It's very interesting that these are all like people with their own ideals, though. And like the only ones are with the Two of Cups that are actually listening to what you and me, actually want. Majority of the country actually wants. So it's very, and I've said this before, just as an example. Yeah, the Conservatives would have won if they stopped the boats as they promised. Simple as that. They could have done everything else they wanted to. Ideally, sorry, not ideally. Ideologic, that word. But they, as long as they stopped the boat, because that's pretty much what everybody wanted. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Labour would be a hell of a lot better place if, number one, they proved with evidence of smashing the gangs, which prevented stopping the boat, you know what I mean? Or would prevent the boats coming, blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. And they could have done as much craziness as they wanted to. Like proper lefty ideals, kind of socialist, kind of BS, whatever. You do you, boo kind of thing. Because that's all what people wanted. Yeah? The borders. Controlled. That's all they wanted. Simple as that. Yeah? So, and you see it with Trumpy Trump. Vast majority, even though the Democrats are going cray, flappy faces, how outrageous, pearl clutching, most of America, what I can see, and like my friends over there, chatting with them, that kind of thing, all of them, it's like, he closed the borders. He did what he said he was going to do. He's like, he did what pretty much everyone wanted him to do. So he's done it. And so he can he's got free reign. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that kind of energy. So yeah, this is gonna really. I really want to know how long we got. Oh crap! I didn't realise we've been flapping for this long. Let's have a look at this choice very quickly. That's elections up there and stuff, right? We've won. We get what we wanted. Everyone's trying to keep the status quo, but keeping us happy all of a sudden. Yeah. Let's have a look here. Let's have butchers. Can we please clarify the 2 of 1s, please? One more. Okay. 2 of 1s, and then we'll get the hell out of here. What have we got there? Walking away, 8 of cups. 10 of pentacles. Okay. So they cut wrongly, so I should have a look. So, Ace of Swords. Truth. Protection. Oh. Worried. Yeah, the whole shebang's over. Truth. Notice the Ace of Swords is on this side. Where is it? Truthful. Innocence. Where is it? Knight of Swords. Yeah? But they're trying to defend the status quo, like we were talking about here, and they're going to try and do everything to do. It's like, oh, maybe it just went a little bit too far. No. It's just ridiculous in general, yeah? Oh, maybe, underlying it quick. They're getting the message. Getting the message. How many times is the message coming out, yeah? They should be worried. They should be worried. Remember the coal? That was like the clear out that I was talking about? Yeah. And the fact that we've got it twice, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, says it all. This is the change we wanted to see. This is it happening in real time. This is literally... By the end of the week, I think, to be honest here, by the end of the week, what's her face is gone. Feels like to prevent the FCA from continuing, it was like some sort of, they hope it's enough. She's lost her job, so it's enough to keep them to shut up. But the fact the Knight of Swords is here, the fact that we've got the 8 of Wands 3 times now, the fact, you see what I'm saying, and the security cameras, we've got so much here stating that that's not enough, and this is going to like the start of the clear out. So I think by the end of the week, like maybe Thursday, Friday, after Parliament PMQs, I think is pretty much what I'm sensing. Wednesday. So obviously it is Wednesday because that's where it is every week. But I mean, after PMQs, another horrific situation there, exposing it even more, trying to keep control, but the information still comes out. Trying to defend their ground. Yeah, got to make a choice. Got to but they're everyone can see the truth. They have no choice, so they start the usual manipulation again. And I don't mean this in a patronizing way or anything like that, but basically the abused, you and me, have had enough. Yeah, they're leaving their abusers. That's basically what's happening here. They're literally like, you've lied too much. You've done too much. You are scum. By your own wannabe leaders' own terms. Scum. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. To be honest here, like I said, it's either just before or just after Christmas he goes, and we're still on case for that. What is important here, I think, is how damning this truth is, because we've got it 3 times coming in. We've got celebrations here. I am a little worried whether or not, for example, Reform has had enough time to build its, you know what I mean? Kind of like build its thing. Sorry, I know this is waffling on. Look at the numbers at the top here. IVVI. Okay, so if we put a mirror here, Okay, so IV, IV, VI, VI. It's this balancing out that we're getting here, even by the numbers, Roman numerals. It's quite exciting, actually. I'm quite looking forward to this. It's about bloody time, isn't it? Anyway, we'll leave it there. I know I've been waffling. I'm sorry. I hope this resonates. I hope this is really exciting. I hope this is really kind of giving you comfort that the change that we've been bashing on about Pluto, Aquarius, yeah, I've said it, is actually happening right now. Like I said, it feels like Thursday, Friday, she's finally gone. Okay? It kind of feels like PMQs is a pivot point. Him and his pathetic face and his zippy voice is going to desperately hold on for as long as he can, but it feels like it is kind of just after Christmas. It is kind of that area of December, right? I think the next reading after the next reading kind of thing, if people are interested, is our reform. I suppose this is the reason why we've got the Ace of Cups coming in to support this. I've just answered my own question. Sorry, right. Reform is not ready, but there are like certain areas of the Conservative Party that are going to support them. To actually I think it's more getting things done than necessarily manipulating the mission. Because like I said, the mission feels very much kind of like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like so transparent, like what we're going to do, that it can't be twisted any other way. If you get me, it's not like written in stone, like Ed Miliband and all that kind of stuff. It's like there's no way out of this. Like for either side, this is not promise. It's like this is fundamental. This is what we're going to be doing. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Bah. Anyway, we'll leave it here for now. I hope that answered your question and everything else. Hope you enjoyed it. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.